I rebuilt Yeat's Come and Go vocal mix from scratch inside of Pro Tools and FL Studio. Here's what it sounds like.
Show me how you're thankful now, cause I showed you the life that you're great. Won't hold you, I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I pop out in the city, show face some way. I pop out in the city. It's okay.
And in this video, I'm going to break down how I did the vocal processing to get the vibe as close as possible to the original song. And if you guys want this full template along with all the vocal presets, then you can find that for both Pro Tools and FL Studio in the description down below. So now let's go a little bit more into the effects for this vocal preset. So the way that I built this template or these presets starting off is for you to be able to record on each one of the individual tracks and sounds. So when I was recording the lead vocal, I set my input. So whenever you get this, all you have to do is select your input. And then as you can see here, for the input for all these tracks, it's the input for my interface. All you got to do is set that up, and what that does is it gives us the ability to record with the effects already processing our vocals. So this is a quick demo of what that sounds like and how you would do that here. So this is what the vocal preset sounds like, and it does sound a little bit bright. Let me just turn off these effects in the background so you can just hear just the voice itself. But again, the processing, I did it to match the overall tone of the actual song, which is why it sounds the way that it does. And to get that, you know, you got to use auto-tune. You could use waves tune if you want, but auto-tune here is what I used. Again, if you get this and you do not have auto-tune, then feel free to swap it to waves tune. Just make sure you set the key and BPM properly for your song. You can do that to your liking. And then, you know, I got a little bit of EQ, so I just cut and then I boosted a lot. And if you're an engineer, or if you look at these types of boosts, you may think, damn, 7 dBs, and then we're doing multiple times. So we do that, and then we do fresh air, you know, and then we do the pull tech because this all feeds into it. But again, I had to mirror it to the actual song, and the song itself, the vocal sounded pretty bright. So when you hear it in solo, it sounds a little bit too jarring, but then whenever you go into it and you actually hear it with the song, it sounds better. So if I turn on these effects,
great, won't hold you, I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now.
So that's the lead. Obviously my take, I wasn't really trying right there. That's what these takes are for. That's where I mirrored the sound to get it close to. But that's why I have this record track, so you can record here, and then when you record here, you're able to drag it down. Usually I like doing that for the leads, but I know some people actually like recording on the actual track itself, which is what these are under here for. So if I turn this off and then I turn these on, it's the same thing. It's still feeding the vocal bus, so literally same exact processing, same everything. So that's what these two sound like. They're doing the same thing. The only thing is that if I turn this off, let me turn off the preset so you can hear my raw voice. So the only difference here is that with these effects, they have different delays. So this top track has an 8th delay. That's what you hear like in the intro of the song. And for the 8th delay, you know, I just threw on a simple ping pong delay. You know, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy, but I did do some processing both before and after, you know, making it a little bit more shaped up. So that's for the 8th delay, but then I also did the quarter note delay for the second track, because it alternates between the two from what I heard in the song. And then for the lead vocal, just more EQ, more boosting, more cutting. Again, the fresh air is a free plugin you can get. And then this template / preset pack I made with all waves plugins, and then the only exception being auto tune, but you could use waves tune again, because if you're just going to be recording and you want a quick simple sound, waves is going to be the easiest, most affordable option for you to get this sound. So that's why I only really use waves or stock plugins. And keep in mind, I have both Pro Tools, but I also have an FL Studio version, and that one's using stock plugins, just auto-tune the only exception, and then the waves plugins. It's the same exact plugins, same exact template, same exact everything, so you can get that. I used waves too because they're very low latency. So if you can see here, the delay is 112. So what that basically means is that you're not going to hear any latency or any delay in your voice when you're recording, which is very crucial. I know there's a lot of other templates and presets out there that do not keep this in mind, which is make or break when it comes to the timing of your takes, which I think is very important. So that's why I put a huge emphasis on this delay compensation thing right here. Make sure every track has most minimal amount of delay possible. So as you can see, there's only one track that goes over 150, as you can see on the bottom here, but everything's very, very low latency. So that's another reason why I went with waves. Let me actually go into the special effects. I'm just going to go into a few of the highlight ones that I like. A big part of this song that I liked the sound of was like that bathroom room reverb kind of sound that he has when he says, I pop out in the city. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So let me again show you what that sounds like right here. So again, you could record with these on. You just select your input And then all of these effects are being routed back to the vocal bus. So this is what I did to get the I pop out in the city. Obviously, you know, like just it was a little pitchy there myself, but you know, just through NS1 to have a little background. Again, same filter, the room verb. I did some fresh air. So that's how I got that. And that's at a 50% mix, but then he also has another one that's at a 100% mix. So that's what this one sounds like. So I'm gonna turn this one off. And this is with the other one on. It sounds like it's coming behind you, but so that's those right there. And then he also has pitch layers. You know, Yeat's sound really does have a lot of those formant shifted vocals and pitches. That's how Yeat has like more of that distinct sound to me because of that pitched vocal thing. So that one's simple. You know, we just did like a vocal bender. So those are the settings for that one. But it's not just vocal bender. We also did some compression, and then we did a little reverb, and then that's what this one sounds like right here. So he does that one a lot. And then he has another one where this is more traditional of his sound right here. So this is what that sounds like right here. And you can hear that right here. So if I mute the leads right here. And then with all that off, this is what it sounds like right here. Let me bypass all these effects. So it really does shape the sound. And then let me turn it back on. And then with the leads.
Spending bitcoins like it's pennies, ho. We are upper echelon, you ain't next to us, ain't you next to us.
And then I'm gonna just quickly go over these last ones. So these are just like throw delays. So if you have like a take right here that you like on your lead take and you want to drag it down to the throw delay, or if you do like some ad libs or some sort of thing like that, then you could use these final three ones right here. So I structured it where the reverbs are right here, the pitched ones are right here, and then the throw delays are right here. With the last one being an exception, it's like a delay along with a reverb. But let me just quickly brush over how those sound like right here. If it sounds a little bit noisy, just disregard that. That's why you got to record in a treated room. Right now I have the AC on, it's like 100 degrees out, so that's the only reason why you're hearing that background noise. But if I was actually recording, I would turn my AC out, but it's too hot. Got a bright light up in this bitch, so you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep the AC on just for these demonstration purposes. But that's pretty much it. And then the way that I structured this template right here, you know, we have the folders to keep everything nice and organized. We have all your lead vocals, all your throw vocals, all your sends, and then the beat is the beat track. All you got to do is literally just drag and drop it. You know, we have the trim plugin, just lowering it, but then we also have the limiter, which gives you like that loudness, which is the final master preset. So that's pretty much every effect. Now, if you want to remake this yourself, then I mean, I went over a few of the settings. You could just go and remake it yourself. But if you're too lazy to remake it yourself and you want to have the actual sound and listen to it one-to-one for your recordings, then feel free to go to the website and the first link in the description down below, and then you can cop the vocal template and preset pack for the Yeat COMÖ N GO vocals. Again, this doesn't entirely replace engineering. This is just more affordable option for those who want to get a nice, good recording out the box. And if you can't really afford an actual mixing and mastering engineer, then that's what this is here for. If you want an actual detailed mix catered to your sound, then I always recommend having an actual mixing engineer mix your stuff versus just a vocal preset. But you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to listen to the full song, there's also going to be a link in the description below so you can listen to the full song and hear how I got it one-to-one. And then maybe you can go back and forth between the original song and the remake that I made, and just let me know what you guys think. That's it for me today. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, again, leave them down in the comments below. I will talk to you guys there. And again, check out this pack and the link in the description down below. The best vocal presets on the internet are coming soon, guys. They're coming soon. There's a lot of stuff out there, but we're gonna do something a little crazy, a little good, a little wild. And then this is my second channel. If you guys are new here, I have a main channel right here. You can check this channel out right here. And yeah, without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one. We're gonna be remaking a ton more songs, so let's get to it. Peace. Thank you guys. Cheers. Peace.